tricks and didn't tell anyone on purpose. In fact, some of the time they probably didn't intend for these uses to be uses at all. Either way, this is 10 things you didn't know about everyday objects. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get the new content similar to this every day. Number 10. Tank arrows. If you're a new car owner and you can't quite remember which side of your car the flap to your gas tank is, worry no more, because every car is fitted with an easy way to figure out what side the flap is on. If you look closer at the fuel gauge of your car, you'll notice an arrow next to the gas tank which will point left or right. Depending on where that arrow is pointing, you'll know which side of the car the entrance to your tank is. However, I kind of have to note that when I say new car owner, I don't really mean someone who just got their first car, but someone who owns a new model. If you've just picked up your first ride and it's really just an old pile of junk, then you probably won't have the arrow at all, because quite a few models didn't have an arrow back then. New car models should have it though, they just used their memory in the past. Number 9. Shirt loops. Did you ever notice that on the back of your Smart Sunday shirt that there's a little loop of material? Well, I did, and it always confused me. If anything, that little piece of material was just annoying. It always gave something for people to grab onto other than my collar. Who would have known it was actually there for a reason? The design was originally used by sailors on the East Coast, who hung their shirts on ship hooks when they were getting changed using the loop. In the 60s, people started to realize that being able to hang a shirt up that easily was actually pretty useful. So they started showing up on Oxford button-down shirts before moving on to being a bit of a more widespread thing. Number 8. Plastic lid and caps. If you open up a soda or a bottle of water, take a look at the inside of the lid. If you do, you'll notice a different colored piece of plastic there. This little bit of plastic isn't just to add a splash of color to the design of the bottle screw cap, it's actually a type of seal. When you screw down the bottle cap, the blue plastic becomes flush against the hole that you drink out of, creating a liquid-tight seal. This means that if you put it into a bag or knock it over, the bottle won't leak. Some milkshake bottle designs won't use the seal, and they can get pretty messy. Number 7. Can tab. The humble soda can tab. A lot of the time it's pulled back out of the way after being used to open the can it's attached to, so it isn't in the way of people taking a drink. But that's not actually the way the tabs should be used at all. The tab has 2 holes, and one of them is supposed to be used with a straw. Users were meant to slip a straw through the hole so that it didn't move all over the place. It basically made things a lot easier when taking a drink through a straw. Unfortunately for the design, most people just enjoy their cold canned drink without a straw, but the design remains the same. Number 6. Keyboard bumps. Have you ever used a computer? Okay, no, that was a stupid question. Let me try another one. Have you ever noticed the 2 bumps on your keyboard? There's a bump on the letter F and a bump on the letter J. They were actually placed on the keyboard to help touch typers find their way around without having to waste time by looking down at the keyboard. A touch typer is a person who has been using a keyboard for so long they don't have to look at what they're typing to be able to get things right. They could basically type with their eyes closed and get everything done without making a spelling mistake. But even the best touch typer might get lost, and the bumps on the F and J give typers that little bit of touch response so that they'll find out where all the keys are without wasting time looking. Number 5. Circle sewer systems. In some countries, manhole covers are square, like in Rome and the UK. These countries are doing their sewer systems all wrong. In the US, circular manhole covers are used, and there's a very good reason for this. A round manhole cover cannot fall through its opening, but a square manhole cover can, if it's inserted diagonally into the hole. The circumference of the circle is the same shape the whole way around. It doesn't get bigger or smaller no matter which way you angle it, so the cover always hits the sides instead of falling straight through. Number 4. Pocket snaps. If you own a pair of Levi's, you might be able to notice a little piece of metal on each corner of your pocket. These aren't just there for show. They're known as rivets. The rivets are actually there to stop your pants from wearing out so fast. The original design was invented way back in 1829 by Levi Strauss because miners kept complaining about how quickly their jeans wore out. It'd be a bit odd for miners to go around without their pants on, and that's how the stylish Levi rivet was born. Number 3. Eraser blue side. Some erasers are a single color, usually a pink or a red, but some special erasers are bicolored, one half being red and the other half being blue. What you might not have known is that these 2 different colors aren't just to look cool, they actually serve different purposes. The 2 sides have 2 different textures. The blue is harder than the red. The soft side is useful for light paper, which the harder blue side would tear up, but the blue side is used for grittier, harder paper that would ruin the soft side, as well as for darker pencil or even some pens. Number 2. Chinese food boxes. If you've ever put your Chinese takeout from its box onto another plate, you've been doing it all wrong. But don't worry, most people probably fall under that category. It's actually true that Chinese takeout boxes aren't just boxes. They can actually be folded down into little paper plates. It's simple. All you do is pull back the glue from the sides of the box, unfold, and a plate is born with your Chinese food ready to eat. Sure, it's not the perfect plate, but imagine all that washing up you could have saved. Number 1. Small pockets in jeans. Back to jeans again now. Have you ever noticed that little annoying pocket inside of your actual pocket? It seems to serve no function at all because it's way too small to put anything of use into. Maybe you could fit a couple of coins in there, but then why not just put the coins into your proper pocket, or better yet, your wallet? Well, it turns out that once upon a time, they served a pretty important function. If you were wearing jeans and owned a pocket watch, the little pocket in the big pocket was actually used to keep that pocket watch safe. In any other pocket, the delicate parts of the watch could get damaged because it would be bouncing around and knocking into other things. But in a tight, little pocket, it's not going anywhere. That was our list of 10 things you didn't know about everyday items. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video in the future.